What's going on, tribe? We're about to get some sacred geometry messages. What does the tribe need to know for their best and highest good, for their best and highest version of self? Realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. 37, which breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to a 1. What things do you need to realize about yourself this year, about your situation this year? Because this is time to clear out all that doesn't serve you. Because if you don't already know you have everything you need, no matter what season you're in, whether you're the seed, whether you're the sprout, whether you're the full tree, you already have everything you need. Merkaba. Number 32. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to transverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. At the very back of the deck, passion. This is all 30s. You could be in your 30s. You could have started realizing some things in your 30s. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. I can see it. I can dig it. One more spirit. Spirit said one more. Baby, ooh, shit. Soul time. Number 40. Soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that with the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite, while the corporal body is mortal. The soul is not. Healing. Healing is already done once you acknowledge what has happened. The thing is to transition through it, then integrate it, and then, I mean, come on now. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence. Welcome to Empress Ebony's Tarot. If you're new here, hello, my name is Ebony. My father named me that. And in this environment, we use tarot primarily as a personal growth tool. I am an intuitive reader while knowing the foundations of tarot and honing my crafted way of interpreting the messages. If you're cool with that, then stick around. Grab a drink, something to snack on, something to take notes with, get comfortable, but not too comfortable. Strong boundaries around here. Tribe. What's going on? Welcome back. Show the newcomers gratitude and compassion. Give them directions to the areas and whatnot so we can get things started. What's popping, guys? Yeah, Spirit guided me to revamp the intro and do it in each video. So until I get it down packed, it's gonna sound like I'm reading, because I am reading. But this is what's supposed to be done. This is what's gonna be done. This is my assignments. You should have some of your own. All right, we're gonna get into it. We recap it. The recap preceded this, and I think I left off reading transition. So 43, transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Also, if you don't have a long attention span, know that you may need to break this reading up. I don't know how long it's going to be, but my guides have definitely required me to use several decks. I'm talking about several decks. The deck that's on the table, which is our Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. We're also going to use the Light Seer's Tarot deck. We're going to use the Faces of Oshun deck, Roses, Inner Temple, Soul's Truth, Angel Number Oracle deck 1 and 2 that I mixed together, and the Awakening deck. This deck right here, we're not going to use, but on one of the days one day this week, I knocked this deck over, and Spirit said there is a card in here that uh, but is a message for the transition as well. Thank you, Spirit. That's why it brought me to, I think, is it already in the book? Okay, so I didn't pull it out and put it in the book, so just give me a second, bear with me. There we go. So this deck fell off of its resting place, and I was told to take it to work with me that day. 3 cards came about, but the main focus was this sugar card because of its likingness to the transition card. Now, as we all know, these 3 popped out. Healing was at the bottom of the deck. Under healing was Gaia. Under Gaia was solar plexus. So these realization popped out, soul time popped out. I believe transition popped out, but it may have been, I can't really recollect how it got put here. But I remember reading that as the last thing that left off in the video that precedes, the portion that precedes this video. Healing was at the bottom of the deck. I was told to take these cards off. So healing, number 29, the frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. Gaia, number 28. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. That's Gaia. Solar plexus, number 3. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole, to oneness. Emergence was at the bottom of the deck. After all of that, at the very back of the deck, we have compassion, number 15. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and to be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. After I've seen all of these cards, a it brought me to a moment in time that had already happened. I was on a live of Big E Astrology. He had a lady there who is an Akashic Records reader. She read my she read for me, and while she was reading for me, Big E Eric stated that 2027, I believe it is, because she said 2026 was my dress rehearsal year, like to not rush things. Basically, be patient in this transition, and you know everything that aligns with this reading thus far. But Big E was speaking of how we are in the solar plexus now, and by 2027, there's going to be a shift to where either Gaia or like activated consciousness moves into the heart chakra and is more compassionate, more everyone dwelling more in the heart chakra energy. Emergence, thank you, spirit. Compassion is 15. Emergence 25. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality like with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So that speaks to, inner child things, as well as, just letting loose a little bit, making things a little more sweet. Thank you, spirit. I'm hearing cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. But in regards to this alchemy deck, the wild unknown alchemy, the three cards were the sugar, synchronicity, and I believe it was blood. Yeah, blood, sugar, and synchronicity. There were some other things that came out on that day, and I know what's from what because of the way that the pages are bent. And I won't speak on them unless somewhere along the reading I'm guided to. But in the sense of this sugar, synchronicity, and blood, I'm going to read sugar, but the keywords are what matters with synchronicity and blood. So the keywords for synchronicity is source, destiny, the miraculous message. The keywords for blood is pulse, physicality, the body. Now sugar. I'm hearing Lil Wayne Shooter right now, but instead of saying shooter, Robin Thicke is saying sugar. Tell me I lost it. Okay, sugar. Sacred sweetness, pleasure, attraction. This is in regards to transition, the transition that you're in if this message found you. Okay. Oh, how sugar dances on the tongue, no matter how intellectual and scholarly our pursuits. Sugar reminds us of our longing for simple pleasures. Until the 12th century, our need for sweetness, it is, after all, one of the five essential tastes in our Veda, Ayurveda, was fulfilled was fulfilled by raw honey offered by the bees. This material had many medicinal properties and was known in alchemy as a sacred elixir. Now, most of our sources of sweetness, both literally and metaphorically, are highly processed, defined for us by a culture of consumption. This card is a call to explore the simple sweetness in life. Can you add tenderness to your alchemical experiment? How about joy or even laughter? It is likely the pleasure you crave will not be found from manufactured means, but from the childlike wonder residing in the heart. Remember the alchemical wisdom of like attracts like. Emergence and then compassion at the, like, thank you, spirit. Like, my spirit team don't miss. And they said sometimes you have to get the basis of the reading and walk away for more stuff to form and formulate and be brought to the message so that it really impacts those that need it. And this reading is timeless, by the way. It's not gonna go like, look here. It says, go deeper. Listen to Nina Simone performing the song A Little Sugar in My Bowl. To ponder the power of attraction and aversion. Pleasure is healing and pleasure is healing in and of itself. What is the simplest, most feasible means of joy you can participate in today? Pleasure is healing in and of itself. What is the simplest, most feasible means of joy you can practice in today? It does not have to be big and boisterous. Joy is everywhere. Ain't it? Ain't it? You just gotta seek it out. One of sugar's physical attributes is stickiness. See how this concept affects the cards within the reading and the personalities involved. Attachment rarely serves. Hmm. One of sugar's physical attributes is stickiness. See how this concept affects the cards within the reading and the personalities involved. Attachment rarely serves. Or is that severs? Yeah, y'all just gonna have to bear with it because it's two things that I need to understand before we move along. Bear with me. If you new here, this happens sometimes in the important readings. This matters. Our spirit wouldn't have left it sit on my table for as long as it has been. So bear with the process, trust the process. Take what's meant for you, leave the rest. Do not force it. Let it be organic. If you don't get that notification within your discernment in your nervous system, that part may not be for you. If you're triggered, it's definitely something you have to look into because you're tender about it. Okay, so that is serve. Attachment rarely serves. I don't know. I don't know if that happens to y'all or not, but sometimes I look at words that are so simple and just be like, what? But that usually leads me down a rabbit hole of the etymology of it because something about it just doesn't feel right. Something about the frequency of it doesn't feel right. So 9 times out of 10, once I do that, I tend to find that the original meaning is not doesn't match the frequency. Okay, so I want to know how to pronounce that. Ayurveda. 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 Okay, Ayurveda. And the Ayurveda is a 3,000-year-old holistic healing system from India that translates to science of life. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Spirit, no, I will stay in the thing. Okay, so Spirit wants me to put sugar here because it is a part of the reason. They while in transition, remember the alchemical wisdom of like attracts like. Add a little more joy, play, pleasure, childlike imagination, heart centered page energy into your alchemical experiments. I'm here. Do it anyway. I can't remember her name, Erica. But she's saying I never take a hater serious. I'm petty with this. Like, so, be petty like you was as a child. Do pranks and things like that to test out the environment, to test out, you know, who really part of the tribe. You know what I'm saying? I need to check to make sure we still going. Okay, we good. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on over to the tarot. And if you're gonna move from your heart space, you're gonna have to be a little bit sweeter. A little bit sweeter on yourself, a little bit sweeter on others. Not to say be a pushover or nothing like that, but we tend to get tired of being compassionate with those that are not, bettering themselves. But I'm feeling like in this season, the compassion ain't about them necessarily. It's about you being able to show that can put a little bit of sugar in your bowl, no matter what the situation is that you're facing. Being able to keep a playful heart, even around the idiots. Yeah, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, you know, being able to, sit with the things that are going on without getting frustrated. But let's get some tarot on this. What do we have for realization? Why is realization out here, Spirit? What does the tribe need to know in regards to realization? Realization. What else? Ooh, Knight of Swords wanting to pop out, but we only taking pop outs. We only taking what's coming out. I feel like you realizing that you're running from stuff. You ain't actually been healing. You just been running from things. That's for a small portion of the tribe. Let's get something for realization, Spirit. We're gonna keep this to one. We're gonna keep this down to one tarot. But we already explored the bottom and the top of the deck. So realization. What does the tribe need to know in regards to realization? Some of y'all got some big shadow work to do. It's a lot of stuff that's hidden, and you keep pushing it back down when it bubbles up to the surface. Yeah, we're gonna keep the Ace of Cups. We're gonna keep the Ace of Cups. You're realizing that you got to move from your heart space, that you have to have overflow before you can give to any relationship, be it platonic, romantic, family, friends, associate, otherwise. You don't have it to give unless you have the overflow. And your healing is what's going to help that cup fill up. I feel like somebody who is closing their heart off. The way that she's holding the vessel of water is giving me, that restrictive versus expansive. But the light is trying to shine through expansively. This feels like that toxic love and light shit where it's like, oh, everything is peachy, everything is fine, plastic smiles is what I'm getting. Like not truly in the Ace of Cups, my cup runneth over energy, but in the I'm able to fake it until I make it. I can put on the performance. I can put on the mask. Giving where there's really nothing left. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Someone is realizing that this is not going to get them to their goal, is what I'm hearing. It's not going to get them to their goal. It's not going to get them to the lifestyle that they want to live, because they're pouring more into others than they are pouring into themselves, because they don't have the overflow that they're giving from. They're giving from their actual resources. It feels like taking from your profits and giving to others, and you're realizing that that's something that you need to heal from, and it's time to go on that soul journey in order to figure out why you do that, so that you can combat it, better yet transmute it into this that you want to do. This feels like someone who wants to own an apothecary, someone who likes drying herbs, creating brooms, witch's brew is what I'm hearing. Someone who likes to do research. Yeah, on medicinal things. You want to be a holistic practitioner. Medicine woman is what I'm hearing. Shaman. Ace of Wands, like that's your true passion. That's what lights you up. That's what gets the I'm hearing gets the people going. It's provocative. Stop it, bro. That's what gets you fired up. Like that's what is, you know, that's what you think about, dream about, daydream about, meditate upon what you're trying to manifest. Um, the seed inside of you that you're trying to protect from the outside world. When it feels like you just need to express it. Let's get something on soul time. Something on soul time, spirit. What does the tribe need to know in regards to soul time? Soul time, soul time. I am glad that you found the realization that you had the realization that, things were, you know, delayed for you, is what I'm hearing. Because of your inability to be selfish. Look at all of this. A lot of this shit popping out. And it feels like some of y'all are having the realization that this is what you were groomed to do and you're angry about it. That's why all these cards keep wanting to pop out in this way, even though I only asked for one. A lot of y'all got some deep battles in regards to self-love. So with the soul time, we got the King of Wands and the Two of Cups. I'm gonna keep both of these just because they actually did fall out. With the soul time, King of Wands and the Two of Cups, I'm feeling a deep sense of fear in regards to questioning your soul's path, as well as if you really have the strength, the courage, the tenacity, I'm hearing, the adaptability, the capability to be this leader, partner with the divine in order to not only fill your cup, but give libations to the ancestors and others. This is what I'm seeing with this Two of Cups, which is definitely partnership, but it's not partnership with another. It's not. This is not an external reading. This is an internal reading. So it's like you are dwelling so much so in your wounded feminine that I'm hearing hold down the fort. That the masculine is struggling to hold down the fort. It's like the masculine energy, the King of Wands energy within you is. I'm hearing David and Goliath is having a battle, trying to keep you grounded, trying to ensure that you're pouring into that relationship between your soul's purpose, your soul, your spirit, your Ori, your higher self, your masculine energy, your sacred feminine energy. Is like it's feeling like out of control dark feminine energy. The dark feminine energy that feels as if destruction is all that will bring this all that will bring this transition. Like you have to, it gotta be rage, it gotta be it gotta be led with masculine energy, where your Ori, your spirit guides, your soul, your archangel is attempting to let you know that this transition can be sweet. I keep hearing the question of, what if it could be sweet? What if it can be sweet? Spirit, show me how sweet it could be. And these ain't processed sugars. This is organic sugars, agave, honey, natural sweetness, nectars. This ain't processed. This ain't nothing that's been stepped on. Because it feels like that's what you're feeding yourself right now. With believing that it's just everything. It has to be the low vibrational side of darkness. This feels like unionizing dark and light. All all encompass, all spectrum, full spectrum of love and light, as well as dark matter. This feels like a tribe that knows that darkness is not to be demonized. It's the foundation. Thank you, Spirit. Nine of Pentacles came right back. It's right back down at the bottom of the deck. At the very back of the deck, what we got now, the Five of Cups. Yeah. Letting go doesn't have to be sad, is what I'm getting with this. Letting go doesn't have to be sad. You're giving your magic away. You're giving your essence away. You're giving your energy away to to the bottomless pit of destruction, the bottomless pit of chaos that doesn't transform into anything beautiful, that doesn't transform into assistance for the whole, for the one. It's soul time. So that means getting your emotions in check. That means getting back in touch with your passions, getting back in touch with the leader in you, trusting that if you have to be in your masculine energy, that the feminine isn't lost. Thank you, Spirit. Because some of y'all feel like that shit can't turn on and off like a light switch. Some of y'all feel like it can't just go that way. That's what lets me know that you got a lot more healing and a lot of work to do. I'm hearing Maxwell Woman's work. I know you got a little life in you left. I know you got a lot of strength left. All the things we should have given but we didn't. All the things we should have done but we never did. All the things I should have given but I didn't. Oh darling, make it go away. Yeah, you wanna you wanna be in that destroying energy where a true alchemist knows that no energy can be destroyed or created. It only can be transmuted, transformed, transmuted into something else. Whether it's something better or worse is on you. You can't run from yourself. Oh, thank you. You can't run from yourself. You're just gonna keep going in the spiral. The transition is happening. It's on you whether or not you can actually put some sweetness in it. Let's get something on transition and sugar spirit. Let's move this along. Page of Pentacles. Your inner child, that page energy is trying to tell you how to make that money. It's trying to tell you how to circulate. It's trying to tell you how to keep shit moving. You could be someone that's opposed to yoga, thinking that your age matters. There's modifications for every pose. But nevertheless, whatever it is that assist you in moving your energy, moving the energy through your chakra system, use it. It's the foundation. But I'm feeling like with this page, it's trying to help you balance while having fun. It's trying to help you balance while having fun. Someone could want to create 8 medallions. I see somebody like painting them for like tabletops and clocks, tapestries. I'm also getting extraterrestrial energy with that. How they do the what happens in the fields from what we've been told. But yeah, that Page of Pentacle energy, let it be sweet. Give it let your inner child have a turn. It's like y'all real rigid. It's like y'all real rigid and it don't gotta be that. It don't have to be that. Quick to walk away versus sit with something. Let it matriculate is what I'm hearing. Is that a word? Is matriculate a word? Yeah. Judging yourself so harshly instead of looking back on things in reflection mode, not to judge yourself, but to see where you're still tender. To see where you're still tender. To see where, we can do another round of healing, another round of shadow work, another round of, is this really something that I like about me? Or is it a defense mechanism? Because sometimes defense mechanism need to be kept. Sometimes it could be transmuted into something else that's a little less harsh. So, example, if your defense mechanism is to like cuss people out in the most vulgar way, you can transmute that into sarcasm to where it's like it's funny, but a person still knows that you're not to be trifled with. What the yeah, that you're not to be trifled with. That word I don't know. Like that's wild. That's some old. That's some old energy, ancient energy coming through. Trifled, yeah. You're not to be played with. Like so, you don't have to be. Um, you don't have to have so much roar with it. Like put a little sugar on it, a little sweetness on it. It's still, you still getting your point across, but it's a little sweeter, and your energy in turn is a little sweeter with sarcasm versus rowdy rah rah. Like you know the adrenaline feels different. Is what I'm getting. Don't be so quick to walk away. Sit in it. Let it do. Let the emotions do what they need to do. Let them work for you. I'm hearing food boy. Give them the marching orders. Let the emotions know how to work for you. Let's get something on healing. Healing. What's this healing energy out here? Healing energy. We got the Page of Swords and the Five of Wands. I'm hearing they gotta run. Ain't gotta run because it's not a race. Like you're intelligent. Like I'm feeling as if you're not utilizing your healing to actually heal yourself. This is like a competition thing. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Type shit. Like, because healing has become a trending topic. You are reading and gathering knowledge that you are not implementing, that you are not putting to action, that you're not training yourself for. Because with me, With me, the Five of Wands is not only competition and conflict and all of that. It is as well training, because not in not Nan version of a Five of Swords. I mean, the Five of Wands that I've seen, are they actually, throwing them bows? They're not actually, getting active. It looks like training for battle, as a page would. A page is not yet a knight that is in battle. They are training for battle. They are training. They are at the learning process of how to do said thing. And you have a page of pentacles in your transition, and you have a page of swords in your healing. So you're leaning on your page energy, as not as a partner. Thank you, Spirit. Not as a partner, but as a crutch. Because it's like, as long as I'm learning, I don't have to hold myself accountable. As long as I'm learning, in the learning phase, I'll get less of a punishment. Things will be a little sweet. I'll get a little slap on my wrist. But no, Spirit, no. Source, no. When you playing around, when you pussyfooting around, they know. They know when you tiptoeing through this shit instead of actually learning from it, because you are being tested. So when you fail those tests, that's when you are reprimanded. That's when you get the low grade. That's when you have to go back to, level one or the level before. That's when you will perpetuate the loop. So stop using healing as a trending topic and actually get it done. Because in essence, you don't have to read anything. You can go within. The knowledge is already within. You've already been receiving messages that you are ignoring. Too busy head in books, too busy trying to be book smart, because you want to be scholarly. Because you want to be scholarly, no matter how intellectual and scholarly our pursuit. Sugar reminds us of our longing for simple pleasures. So it's like, I don't give a damn how elaborate you get with it. If you're not going to implement and actually find joy through this process, through this transition, if you're not going to find the sweetness, then it's for show and you performing. Yeah. With this card, I'm hearing, it's been a long time coming, baby. Yeah, that's where you get that a loop energy again. That new face, same energy. I'm also hearing that to become this Knight of Pentacles, you gotta have patience. Patience like honey. The patience that it takes to craft it. The patience that it takes to I'm hearing slow drip. Let it slow drip to like sap maple syrup. Yeah. It's like waiting for the right time. Slow and steady wins the race. Not rushing, not rushing to fill yourself with the processed knowledge. Going within, being patient. I'm hearing getting that nourishment that sticks to your bones. Gaia, what we got for Gaia? Yeah, because it's like you want to be a trendsetter, but you're not actually healing yourself. You don't take time away from the game in order to build I'm hearing a strategy or yourself up. Emergence. Yeah, you're not experimenting. You're not immersing yourself in the knowledge in an experimental way. You are simply in a logical way, simply gaining knowledge. Gaia, judgment. With Gaia in this judgment, I'm getting looking for a savior. You actually think that there's somebody that's gonna come and uh take you away. Uh it's kind of hard saying the shit to to your face, so I do it over snares and bass. Music take me away. Got to hold on to my receipt. That's Lil Wayne after Carter two, the Carter album when he is black and white, he's sitting on that Maybach with Money on My Mind. Yeah, okay, it's like yeah, escapism. You wanna it's the escapism. You can't you can't fake the test that gets you out of this earth rotation. And that's also another thing that lets me know that healing is a performance for you and not something that's actually being done, because once you get to a certain point of healing, you realize that you chose all of this, unless you're being led by doctrines and the books. Once you go internal, once you do that inner work, you realize there's no escaping this. You came here for this, for the reason, and everything that has accumulated and culminated to this certain point is what you needed. But I feel like the messages keep going above your head. The light bulbs are there, but they're not on. Like, so it's like you attaining the knowledge, but you're not comprehending it. There's no escaping for this. There's no savior. You are the savior because you are sovereign. You are sovereign once you realize what you came here for. Once you realize that this is what you signed up for. Once you realize that you weren't just thrown into this simulation against your will. Once you step away from those I'm hearing trigger words, chosen, anointed, all of those kind of things. Once you step away from that, the need for the Five of Wands and competition energy versus the Five of Wands and training energy. Are you training to be a knight, or are you just competing to move to the Six of Wands? Is what I'm hearing. Because remember, as the tarot progressive, the Five of Wands turns into the Six of Wands because one of the five has gotten their victory. All the while another player enters the room. So those six of wands energy where you're being celebrated, the very next level, you're gonna have to maintain your spot. When it's about competition, you have to maintain the top vantage point with the Seven of Wands. So you have the same people who you were fighting in the Five of Wands, trying to knock you off of your rocker, knock you off your pivot, knock you off of your platform status podium in order to be able to have their victory. And then the cycle continues. Yeah. The fool. The cycle continues. Sacred geometry again. Thank you, Spirit. But to understand and know that you have free will, this is free falling. You are free falling. You're trusting the process. You're not running from it. You're finding joy and sweetness in it. You're getting the materials and the elements and the resources from Gaia along your journey. Yeah. And you're generous when need be. With this card, I'm feeling like not having to announce that you are those trigger words, chosen, anointed, all of that kind of stuff. Because you have a knowing that this is not a competition thing. This is not a performance. This is not a gesture of I'm chosen by something or someone. You're chosen because you were able to incarnate on earth. Not every soul can. Not every soul is allowed to. And a lot of souls didn't make it to be able to come at this time, at this pivotal time, when Gaia is going through changes. 10, which breaks down to a 1 in this year. And going forward from the solar plexus to the heart chakra. Yeah. It would have stressed them out. It did stress some of them out that thought they were going to be able to deal with it. Let's get something on solar plexus. Solar plexus. Solar plexus. 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles for the solar plexus. It's feeling like giving and receiving support. Your solar plexus energy is trying to support you in leveling up to the heart chakra energy. It's trying to support you in creative ways to be able to have currency exchange. Because it seems like a lot of those that are present are in transition in regards to harvest and abundance and financial currency, financial movement, financial abundance. But it all stems to an emotional link and how you think about money. And your denial and lack of embracing healing as a transition into being more compassionate, into the heart chakra. It's like, yeah, y'all being greedy. Y'all being greedy. Believing that it has to be equal reciprocity. That's not the law of reciprocity. Any energy exchange is reciprocity. You're in control of what you receive because you're in control of what you allow someone to give you, and vice versa. So this feels like someone being choosy. I'm hearing choosy lover, but not in the sense of, you know, being choosy because you have standards, but just being choosy because you're picky, being choosy because you're, um, you have a savior, someone has to save you complex. I'm supposed to be provided for kind of shit. Yeah, the chariot energy at the bottom of the deck. You have to be the victor. You have to be the champion. Things have to come in fast for you. You don't like the Knight of Pentacles energy, the slow and steady. Yeah, the holding on to what you can. Penny pinching is what I'm hearing. But that's what's keeping you in your solar plexus energy, but not producing anything though. You're not producing nothing. So you just, going nowhere fast is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Going nowhere fast. You have no strong foundation of what money is and how to multiply money. You foolish in that matter. You frivolous in the way that you do things, and you hold on to every little bit because you got to be logical. You got to make logical purchases. You don't invest in yourself. You don't invest into yourself financially nor learning of oneself. Yeah, it's like everything you say that you invest in yourself for, it has a purpose that is rooted in competition, rooted in I need to show that I have this, versus knowing that infinite support comes from source and actually tapping in with your solar plexus and letting it be a healthy thing versus an egotistical thing. I'm hearing caught up in accolades. I'm gonna do Oshun last. Okay. Roses. We moving on to the roses. At the bottom of the deck, we got the mother. At the very back of the deck, we got the artist. I'm hearing stifled. Someone was stifled by their mother. That's too many. Liberator, caregiver, scientist, the self. Yeah, someone was stifled by their mother. You're holding on to those childhood wounds, motherhood wounds, parenthood wounds, guardian wounds. Basically, playing the blame game. And if you're still playing the blame game, that's even more of a confirmation of performative healing versus actually healing. Let's get something for the rose spirit. What does the tribe need to know in regards to this message? What does the soul want the tribe to know in regards to what's on the table? Let the message come through with clarity so that it is received by those that need it. It's like y'all got a lot to say. You got so much. The self came back out. Hero at the bottom. Heroes wanted to come out too. The knight. What's this sticking up? The jester, which is the fool again. At the very back of the deck, we got the loner. 34, 36, 38, 16, 14. So 5, 7, 9, 10, 7. We're going to keep these off to the side. The Jester and the Hero. That food energy just keeps coming out. Where do you want me to put this spirit? Okay. So the Self, 34, number 7. This really feels like this is the message to focus on self. Stop romanticizing. Stop romanticizing the messages. Modern garden rose. Yeah. These modern times has everyone romanticizing all the healing messages and the messages that comes from tarot. 34, the Self. To improve anything at the moment, there needs to be a greater focus on balancing your own life cycles and patterns. You may find they are out of sync with what you feel is normal and whole for you. Things should also become clearer with new information coming your way in areas associated with what you most value in life. The self understands that to be whole is to accept that change is within your grasp and be willing to do something about it. They are constantly fine tuning the balance between consciousness and unconsciousness centered around the ego. What what are your limiting beliefs? Bred by Joseph Pernett Ducker in 1895, Madame Abel Chattany is the original hybrid tea rose, and when it was introduced, it was considered to be one of the most finest garden roses. Madame Abel Chattany was the wife of Abel Chattany, vice president of the Société Nationale de Horticulture de France and commander of the Legion of Honor. This rose grows around 12 feet in length and requires full sun and fertile soil of most types. Well drained soil that is kept mostly moist is needed. Flowers in summer. Unconsciousness, consciousness, ego, wholeness, awareness. Ooh. Phalanta is a deity. Aries is the sign. I don't know how well if y'all can see that at all. The first deity is Akhilandesharvi. Akhala Alkhiland Shiva. I can't pronounce that. Phalant. I'll put it in the description. No, I'll put it in the comments. I'll put that energy in the comments. I'll put those deities in there. But this is again focusing on you, your own life cycles, your patterns. This is what you're in transition for. Emergence 777 43 34 25 7. With this hero and the jester, I'm getting everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rules. It may be factual, may be cruel, but everybody plays the fool. Okay, inner temple. It's gonna message from the inner temple. The golden thread at the bottom of the deck. Inner winter. Yeah. Inner winter, inner spring. So your cycles. Your cycles. And it feels like your cycles are not in alignment with where we are now. Because you're living in the past. Thank you, Spirit. So you're still in winter when we're in summer. The golden thread. I'm hearing SWV, rain down. Let your love just fall like rain does rain. Fall down on me. Mm-hmm. 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 The golden thread is a soul inquiry suit. So yeah, this is soul time. Stop playing around. All this got to do with inner self, in yourself. I just said it. Number 96. It's on page 96. Okay. Your soul had a dream to be here now, in this body on this planet at this time. What did I say? What the? I love when it lines up that way. I love when it lines up. I don't know. Okay, Spirit. My bad. And your soul had a dream to be here now, in this body on this planet at this time. And you have everything you need to realize your soul's destiny in every moment of every day. The golden thread is the path of your destiny. The golden thread holds the potential of all that was, is, and could be. Excuse me. The golden thread of your life is always available to guide you every step of the way toward your soul's deepest dream. The golden thread is woven throughout all your life experiences. It does not always make sense, but with time and perspective, you can see its intricate weavings glistening back at you at the center of your life. It's never too late to follow the golden thread of your life, and you can never be too old. What I say? The gold for the golden thread of life, for the golden thread of your life is always within your reach. Whatever your goal, whatever your soul is calling you to do, will lead you to your golden thread. Whatever the most whatever you most feel connected with, the great spirit of life is where you'll find your golden thread. This card is here to remind you that your soul came here with a plan, a dream to be brought to life. It's time to say yes to that now. Soul inquiry. What's your soul's greatest dream? How can you act on it now? Thank you, Spirit. That's where I love when it. I love when it do what it do, baby. All right, let's get a soul's truth message. Thank you, Spirit. At the bottom of the deck, we have what excuses am I making right now? At the very back of the deck, where am I called to use my voice right now? Where are you called to speak up right now? But the message that is most important to this, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? Babe, could make this shit up if I tried. Baby, what story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Ooh. Ooh. Realization. How sweet could it be? Healing as a performance tool versus actually doing it. It's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your own result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. Yeah, so stop being performative. Ask those tough questions. Nobody's coming to save you. You chose this. You chose this. You just got to remember that you chose it. Get creative with your, have the energy exchange with the solar plexus energy in your life. The creativity. Everyone has creativity, imagination, and wonder. You do it. What was limiting you? Were you making it sour where it could be sweet by what you think? What negative egoic thought are you immersing yourself in? Have you realized it yet? Have you? Or are you still, willing and able to play small? We ain't gonna do that, Spirit. It's all right because we almost there anyway. Angel numbers, okay. They want to do the angel numbers. Now this is the only deck other than the deck that had the cards that we other than the deck that we started with, other than the geometry deck, this deck has not been shuffled. It has messages that were pulled around the same time as this. At the bottom of the deck, 818, breaking old patterns. Patterns, reflection, change, growth, mindset, cycles. Pause and reflect before moving forward with any project. Even if you're deeply invested, take time to reconsider can taking time to reconsider can benefit everyone involved. Avoid getting stuck in negative thought patterns, as what we focus on tends to manifest. The old patterns or negative thoughts are holding what old patterns or negative thoughts are holding you back? How can you break these cycles and focus on positive change? Take time for a personal retreat or journal about patterns you want to change. Reflect on past experiences, shift your mindset, and introduce small positive changes to build healthier habits. Y'all got some limiting beliefs, so I don't want to see no bullshit in the comments. Balance. Page of Pentacles. This will help you make it a little sweeter. Peace, communication, support, reflection, harmony, stability. If you're still struggling with family or those you live with, this number serves as a reminder to seek peace, communication, and support. Reflect on your life and consider what balance truly means to you. In what areas of my life do I need to cultivate more balance and harmony? Take a moment today to have an open and honest conversation with a family member or housemate to restore peace and balance in your home. We're not playing the game, playing game. We are having discussions. 999. Lesson learned. Have you learned your lesson? Culmination, results, benefits, reflection, completion, achievement, growth, gratitude. Reflect on your achievements and the journey that led you here. This reminder encourages you to stay optimistic and keep striving toward your goals. Keep your momentum supported by the powers of heaven. You've accomplished great things. Now embrace the rewards you've earned. Hold your vision. Manifestation, abundance, prosperity, dreams, vision, success. Focus on the positive and keep your attention on the outcome you desire. Now is the time to invest your faith and energy into your ideas, pursuing your goals while all with all your strength. Your spirit is beautiful, courageous, and brave. Embrace it as you work towards your dreams. 1551. 1122. The Great Shift, Transformation, Spiritual Awakening, Manifestation, Unity, Alignment, Fulfillment, Expansion. First, acknowledge the positive changes unfolding as a result of your hard work. Then open your mind to new possibilities and allow yourself to explore new avenues. Many positive shifts are on the horizon. The world around you is aligning with your intentions, supporting your growth and your dreams. So, how sweet could it be? How sweet could it be? Let it drip slow like honey, baby. 1414. Light up. Good vibes, balance, respect, family, optimism, quality, new connections, joy. Focus on your needs, desires, and passion. A lighthearted approach makes everything more accessible. New opportunities, a fresh friendship, or even an addition to your family are on the horizon. Positive energy will accelerate the flow of blessings coming your way. 111. Intuition, insight, serenity, harmony, clarity, joy, momentum, self awareness, initiative, unconditional love. Now is the time to realize your long held ideas. You're on the right path to turning your dreams into reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are coming together to support you. Happiness and new opportunities are within reach. Trust the journey and have faith in the process. Take a risk. Courage, initiative, creativity, planning, realism, boldness. Now is a good time to take action on tasks that require initiative, creativity, and risk taking. Get organized and make plans with realistic expectations of success rather than waiting for things to change on their own. What specific risks can I take right now that align with my goal and creativity? Identify one area where you can take a calculated risk, and make a concrete plan to move forward with confidence and realistic expectations. 44. 55. Be grateful. Gratitude, abundance, acceptance, positivity, contentment, reciprocity. Did we talk about reciprocity? Are we still going? Okay. Stop dwelling on problems you cannot solve or situations that bring you down. Embrace gratitude and reciprocity for life offers, and you will align with your soul's desire. What are three things I am grateful for today, and how can this shift in focus help me align with my soul's desire? Make a list of things you are thankful for today and take a moment to express appreciation for them, allowing yourself to feel content and open to receiving more. Yeah, gratitude. Have a gratitude journal. Oh, gratitude is right behind be grateful. hmm Patience, gratitude, abundance, perspective, success, appreciation, ripple effect. Focus on gratitude shifts. Focusing on gratitude shifts our perspective from what we lack to what we have and can achieve. This positive mindset attracts more positivity into our lives, creating a ripple effect of abundance and success. What am I grateful for today? And how can focusing on these aspects enhance my overall sense of abundance and success? Take a moment each day to listen. Take a moment each day to list three things you are grateful for. Reflect on these positive aspects. Reflect on how these positive aspects impact your life and how they can inspire further abundance and success. All these fives, all that transition, all that change, baby. 555 change, growth, resilience, transformation, purpose, renewal, breakthrough, creative energy. You're about to level up. Although it may not feel easy at first, this challenge is preparing you for greater things that align with your highest good. This is this is the why you've been seeking. Keep pushing forward. There's a reward waiting for you at the end of this journey. 3737. Comfort zone, stagnation, safety, expansion, growth, risk, breakthrough. Your comfort zone has become too familiar. It's time to step out and pursue what you truly desire, knowing that your angels are guiding and supporting you. Where in my life have I become too comfortable? How can I push myself beyond my comfort zone? Take one small step today that feels slightly uncomfortable but exciting. Trust that growth happens when you move beyond the familiar. 1221. Taking initiative, transformation, positivity, happiness, communication, messages, good news, self expression, high energy. The most of what you have Make the most of what you have, and it will lead you to new heights. Acknowledge your blessings and cherish your loved ones. Inspiration will guide you forward, helping you discover your path. Exciting news and positive developments are on the horizon. 3232. Take charge, empowerment, initiative, leadership, self determination, boldness, improvement. Take control of your life and steer it towards your desired outcomes. Embrace the shortness of life by pursuing actions that enhance your well-being and contribute to personal growth. What are what areas of my life do I need to take more control over? How can I make proactive changes to improve my situation? Identify one area in your life where you have been passive and take immediate steps to assert control and make improvements. Set clear goals and take deliberate actions towards achieving them. 1515 self care. Rest, nourishment, relaxation, boundaries, rejuvenation, healing, peace. It's okay to prioritize yourself and take time to rest. Cancel plans if they are overwhelming and instead recharge with a cozy evening. Nourish your body with good food, sleep, and relaxation. What fears or doubts are holding me back, and how can I overcome them to take a leap toward positive change? Identify one area where you feel stuck and take a small but significant step towards overcoming this obstacle. Believe in your ability to create the change you desire. 0220. Act on your idea. Practical goals, divine timing, ambition, collaboration, not competition, discipline, progress, opportunity, growth. Good fortune is on your side, and with wise judgment, you can achieve your goals. Now is the perfect time to reach new heights. Recognize the pattern and act on your potential. Your plans are about to flourish. You're on the brink of a spectacular ascent. Embrace the opportunities ahead. And last but not least, social skills. 3333. Renewal, positivity, confidence, charisma, growth, influence, inspiration. The challenges you are facing today will eventually fade away. Your guardian angels are encouraging you to stay positive you look as your luck may soon take a turn for the better. Now is the time to harness your magnetic energy and inspiring personality. Just be mindful not to let your ego take control. Yeah. Like I like I said. And we're gonna get one for the moment because those messages were cultivated on the same day that the sacred geometry cards were used. But we're gonna get one for the moment. Yeah, I don't really care about those that believe that those were cherry picked. They were not. They came out and I was told to do what I was told to do, so I did it. And hey, if you don't like it, that's not my problem. So let's get one for the moment, Spirit. Let's get one for the moment before we move on. We have two more. Yes. 929. Walk away. Release. Let go. New beginnings. Self respect. Moving on. Freedom. Let go of people and situations that no longer support your spiritual growth. You deserve love, respect. You deserve love and respect, and it is your right to seek environments that honor your well being. What aspects of my life or relationships are no longer serving my highest good? How can I start moving away from these influences? Identify one relationship or situation that is holding you back and make a plan to gradually distance yourself from it. Focus on surrounding yourself with people and experiences that uplift and support you. 404 at the bottom of the deck, mind energy. At the very back of the deck, 1414, nitrous spark. I was gonna say take a screenshot, but Spirit said, "Girl, you done already read this much." 404, mind energy, focus, determination, preparation, mental strength, clarity, resolve, future readiness. Prepare your mind for future challenges. Mental strength and focus will help you overcome obstacles with determination and hard work? What mental habits do I need to strengthen in order to be fully prepared for future challenges? Set aside time each day for mindfulness or mental exercises that can improve your focus and clarity. Utilize yourself successfully overcoming future obstacles. Yeah, that's what I was saying about put some sweetness in your experiments. But be a little petty with your experiments. You know what I mean? Like it's because it's about your mind energy. It's about your mind power. It's about how you overcome and navigate through tough situations and circumstances, environments. You know, 1414, ignite your spark. Spark, inspiration, opportunity, joy, new beginnings, positivity. Focus on your needs and desires with a joyful attitude. New opportunities, friendships, or even family additions may be on the horizon. Embrace the positive energy to speed up the process. What hobbies or desires can I focus on to reignite my passion? How can I stay open to new opportunities and positive changes? Identify one passion or hobby you've been neglecting and take a step towards rekindling it. Embrace a positive mindset and be open to new opportunities and relationships that come your way. Yeah, because it ain't about competition, it's about collaboration. Spirit want to end with an Oshun, so we gonna get this spiritual awakening. They want to end with the spirit, so they want to end with the sweetness. Oshun, Oshun. What message do we have for the tribe from the spiritual awakening? There's too many. I just want one from this spirit, seriously, because I know they got I know they got a lot of life in them left. I know they want me to have a lot of messages to come out. But we already over an hour, probably two at this point. So if this is not enough for you and you would like to book a personal reading, in the description is information as well as in the bio. Do not get scammed. You can only get a reading from me through email. I will not solicit you at all. I don't have the time for that. At the bottom of the deck, we got 29. Utilize your co-creative power, baby. Yes, soul time. Number 29, which breaks down to an 11, which breaks down to a 2. Life is a dance, alternating between spirit leading, external and organic forces leading, and you leading. Currently, you may have more room to maneuver, pushing your agenda forward with some fancy footwork. Utilize your intuition for more co creative power in your everyday life, even if you're experiencing restriction. I spoke about restriction at the beginning. Transformation is in the air. Yes, y'all are transforming, y'all are transitioning, transmuting. Number 22, rise above for eagle perspective. The eagle animal messenger invites you above the treetops so you can see the whole expansive forest. Create healthy distance from a person, group, issue, opinion, stance, emotion, or situation by viewing the broader perspective while gliding on the broad wingspan of the eagle. Enhance your intuition by contemplating the entire landscape in multiple perspectives. Yeah, be open to new perspectives. Be open to, oh, 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 okay. Number 17. This breaks down to an 8. Numbing, avoid numbing out. You may be overwhelmed or overstimulated lately, or stressed out and emotional, causing you to feel drained or anxious. Instead of numbing out and checking out, with shopping, binge watching, or alcohol. Employ more engaging, healthy ways for helping your sensitive nervous system catch a break. Don't numb out to your sixth sense. Don't numb out to your sixth sense. Yeah. So align with spirit. Align with healing, like seriously. Align with Gaia, solar plexus, all your chakras. Get all your chakras in alignment. Don't become numb. Don't become numb because you're given from an empty vessel. You got to have the overflow. You got to pour back into it. If they not pouring into it at the same rate that you pouring into it, then that may not be the relationship for you. Not to get it confused with equal reciprocity, equal exchange. If someone is giving to you and you're receiving from them, it is not going to be equal because everybody's love language different. Your love language is even different from how you like to give versus how you like to receive. So take note, take that into consideration. Utilize your co-creative power. Let's get a message from Oshun to close it out, Spirit. Message from Oshun to close it out for the tribe. I missed y'all. I hope y'all missed me. Number 24. Oshun of unwavering love, unconditional love, compassion, selflessness. Yeah, this is like look in the mirror. Your masculine is trying to show you what you're looking like, feminine. And this is internally. Your internal masculine and your internal feminine. We spoke about the internal masculine at the beginning, like struggling, going to war to keep you grounded and balanced while you go through these phases. At the very back of the deck, Oshun of the Dusk, 44, cycles, transition, closure. Now let's see what came out. I feel like it's in reverse. Yeah. Number 35, Oshun's third eye, intuition, insight, vision. This came out in reverse for you, which to me, it makes all the sense with everything that came out. It's things that you're not realizing. Is you leaning on old patterns and you're just not open to new perspectives. You don't want to look deep into stuff. Like you only want it. It's trendy. Everything is trendy. Everything is trendy to you. So that lets me know that that third eye ain't open. You're not using your intuition. Let's get it. I trust my intuition to guide me. Initiation of peacocks. Oshun's third eye is a divine portal to heightened intuition and spiritual insight, empowering you to access deeper understanding. Stop doubting and start trusting your gut. Why don't you trust your own inner wisdom? You're missing something crucial. Now is the time to seek options from others. Opinions, excuse me. Now is the time to seek opinions from others. You are far more intuitive than you give yourself credit for. Open yourself to seeing both the beauty and the ugliness in the situation at hand. What I say. What to do now. Be vulnerable enough to acknowledge what you've been unwilling to see and you'll find the clarity you're searching for. In this crucial moment, your intuition is a powerful guide. Cut through the external noise and opinions that have clouded your judgment. Her story. Oshun's mirror symbolizes her second sight and emphasizes self reflection and introspection. The mirror is the gateway to other realms. Oshun's third eye sees inner realms of spirituality and consciousness. Healing ritual. Sit comfortably and close your eyes, directing your focus to your third eye. Envision transforming a specific issue you're facing into something positive. Imagine your third eye opening like a camera lens, allowing for expanded awareness and clarity on the situation at hand. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, restriction, not seeing things from different perspectives, you're not seeing how sweet it could be, you're not experimenting with your alchemy, you're not trusting your intuition. Like that third eye is not open. It's not open. You're looking for a savior, not realizing that we come to Mother Gaia for that sight that emphasizes self reflection and introspection, their mirror, the gateway into other realms while here on Gaia. When you go internally and trust your intuition, you do that. That that's what happens when you're able to acknowledge what you've been willing to unsee in yourself. When you able to realize and see what you haven't been seeing in yourself and why your transition has been hard because you're choosing for it to be hard. You're not understanding the dark feminine energy in the way that benefits you. You are leaning on what they want you to know and think about the dark feminine instead of utilizing your inner wisdom to ask the hard question about the dark feminine energies. I'm getting Lilith, Hecate, Nyx, Isis, Kalima, of course, Black Kalima, Black Moon Lilith, Persephone, Medusa, Alia, A L A. Hold on, cause I looked it up. I looked this up. She's the war cry. Her like a, I would not liken her to a siren, but she has a war cry. Yeah, Ala. She comes from Greek mythology. Is the exact personification and goddess of the war cry as the daughter of the war spirit Pomos, Polemos. Her name itself is an onomatopoeia for the loud, piercing battle shriek. Yeah, that's where we at. Spirit, that's what you want. We good. You didn't miss no deck, but they want me to read the blood. Okay. The pulse, the physical body, the pulse, physicality, the body. Have no fear of the blood card. It indicates a remembrance of the vital mammal mammalian mammalian nature of our existence. Drop by drop, the sacred elixir reminds us that we are alive, not merely thinking beings, but beings. When blood is the prana materia in the laboratory, the alchemist uses the physical body as the starting point, building a relationship to the container that houses the spirit. Through the limbs, the organs, the cells, we witness the miracle of life, one heartbeat at a time. Eventually, the alchemist naturally partakes in practices that support and nourish blood's life giving nature. We learn to honor and protect it. In alchemy, red is the color of vitality and radiance. This card you've dropped into, with this card, you've dropped into the realm, sing the body's praises. Go deeper. Listen to the song Blood Bank by Bonnie Iver, Bon Iver, Bonivr, to ponder the presence of the pulse. Take note of how much red is within a reading. This indicates the vigor present in the quadrant's world. If the if the palette is dull, it's likely the spirit needs support. Hmm. They said what they said. It ain't very much red. It's not dull, but there is, yeah, yeah. The blood card brings vitality to an entire reading. When it is present, it is as if all the other cards come alive and begin to grow. So it's like spirit is like, let this come alive. Let this reading come alive for you. The realization that it's soul time, you're transitioning into better. Take your healing seriously. Don't overwhelm yourself with it. You're here on earth not to be saved. You're here on earth to learn. You're here on earth in a time where it's moving from one solar plexus to another. We're going up. There's no such thing as equal reciprocity. You cannot expect you from anybody else. You can only accept what you're giving or refuse it. Don't immerse yourself into anything that you're not going to transmute into to nourishment and sustenance and quenching of your thirst. This is about the self and you recognizing your golden threads as well as what's limiting you on this earthly plane. You opened your third eye way too fast and then you got scared. So you reverted back to the comfort zone in the safe places within text. TEXT. All right, tribe. Spirit said we done. I'm gonna leave it there. I love y'all. Oh no. They said we to get some affirmations to put this shit to rest. That's what this is. We putting shit to rest with the affirmations that's in here. I'm hearing dead that shit, but it's playing in the tone of spin that shit. But they saying dead that shit, dead that shit. Them limited beliefs. I live in abundance. Yes, you do, and do. You better believe it. You better believe it. Your happiness is aligned and intertwined with your outlook on life. 5, 7, 12, 36, 33, 44. I am blessed with an abundance of love, joy. I am blessed with an abundance of love, health, joy, and energy. No person, thing, or event can keep me from that which the universe has for me now. All that has been done against me now helps me. And do and do. Oh my gosh. Versatility is one of your outstanding traits. 50, 48, 35, 54, 12, 6. Chinese word this. ZHE. You are a bundle of energy, always on the go. 2, 11, 16, 25, 40, 44. Chinese word up. This is up. This up. SHANGE. Up. Shang. All right. And last but not least, we get up out of here. Your present plans are going to succeed. Shut the 15, 24, 20, 39, 55, 58. Chinese word electric. DIAN. So we got this up electric. You got that energy, babe. All right, Trav. I love y'all. Until next time. Peace.